Hello guys, NautoAce here, and I want to give my thoughts on the lineup they announced for EVO 2023 in the West. And of course, EVO Japan of 2023 is coming this weekend, so they have their own lineup. But I want to give my thoughts on the US side, and it is interesting the direction they're going here. A bit of a controversy. Of course, I'm late for the party for this one, but it is what it is. Let's just say I had other things I had to do. So anyway, I want to give my thoughts on the 8 games they announced and the new layout moving forward for EVO. Credit to Rick. And is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Well, it's really up to you. So what you're looking here is the 8 games that's going to be in EVO 2023. Yes, it's not 9. It's once again, they're going back. It's 8 games. And the bit of the controversy that a lot of people are like, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? And that is, instead of top 8, they're going to be doing for the final top 6. Again, kind of weird what it is. How's it going to work? Who knows? You just have to wait and see when it comes. But I have to give credit to some people, including James Chen, because he said probably the main reason is cost. To cut back on costs, because if you watch EVO 2022, especially the last game, and whether Saturday or Sunday, it kind of took long to a point that it ended like 2 to 3 a.m. in the morning. And sometimes the business is that, well, you're paying by the hour for the facility, so you gotta just figure that one out. So they're probably trying to cut back. It is what it is. That's why it's now 8 games rather than 9. And of course, they're also going to do a EVO throwback, which one of the game, the 8th one's going to be a retro game, and I'll explain that later on. So you might be seeing on this graphic, wait a minute, I'm looking at 9, yes. So there is a bit of a caveat. However, this particular game is not part of the main 8. So with that said, I'm going to first give my thoughts on the main 8 games that's going to be on EVO 2023. First one, no surprise, I already gave my thoughts about Capcom Cup 2022, and that is Street Fighter 6. Moving forward, starting this summer, it's going to be all about Street Fighter 6. So, of course, the game's going to come out in June of 2023. Of course, you already saw the base roster, 18 characters. It's going to be interesting there. So, what else to say? Are they going to announce something new, like a DLC character? Maybe. If you follow the league, then you probably know who's going to be. But yes, moving forward from Capcom, they're going to be all about Street Fighter 6. It is what it is. I had fun with Street Fighter 5, and in a different video, I might give my thoughts and impression, about the game. So the next one, no surprise, Guilty Gear. And of course, you already saw Season 2 characters coming out. Of course, last EVO was Bridget, and then Sin Kiske, and now there's Bedman. Again, I don't know about the Guilty Gear lore. And then before EVO 2023, they're probably going to reveal the final character. And then Daisuke even announced that there's going to be Season 3 for this game. So I did play the demo. It is what it is. I'm not really a Guilty Gear fan, but to some extent, yeah, the game is not that bad. It is sort of enjoyable. It is what it is there. So the next one, it is an interesting one. Even I was like, wow, they're still kind of putting this game in the main stage. This game's like the support is done to some extent, and that is Dragon Fighters. So of course, last year you heard about rollback. So Hiroki still working on rollback. However, the main thing about this game is not only that they're working rollback, and I think the beta is going to start in the spring, that before EVO 2023, there will be another final patch. So people thought that the balances are done. And of course, if you notice, people love to play Android 21 lab code version. Now there's going to be another balance, so we're going to see which character they're going to use. But yeah, so are they going to announce a new game for EVO for Dragon Fighters? Well, of course, if you heard on the World Tour, they just announced, but already starting developing Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi 4. And of course, according to Namco Bandai, that Dragon Ball World Tour 2023, they're still having Dragon Ball Fighters. So any new Dragon Fighters probably way long. I mean, it is what it is. So, I mean, you just have to wait and see. At least rollback's coming, right? So the next one, no surprise, Tekken 7. Of course, since PlayStation State of Play during summer, they announced Tekken 8. Rada did announce that this game, Tekken 8, is not going to be out probably early 2024 the way they talk about it, because there's going to be another Tekken World 2 2023 and they're still doing Tekken 7. So no surprise for this one that it's still in 2023 they're going to still play Tekken 7. But if you're talking about announcement, well, of course it's something about Tekken 8. But then like I said, all of it moving forward, it's all about Tekken 8. But of course, like a lot of people theorize, including Maximilian Dude, that it might not come out until early 2024. I mean, it is what it is there. So the next one is, of course, no surprise, came out last year, the King of Fighter 15. Believe it or not, I did buy the game. You kind of saw a hint on my main channel, the trophy segment. I did play it, not that bad. So no surprise, second time. I mean, the game is actually good. It's better than 14 in my opinion. I just wish they have English dub, but it's a different story. So by the time EVO 2023 coming out, Shingo and Kim's already out. And of course, Orochi team and Team Samurai as well. So, and of course, in the summer, they're probably going to reveal Sylphie and Naj because it was announced before there. So, not bad, kind of makes sense there. So, another one is Melty Blood. So, again, it's not a bad game. I've seen it. Kind of plays like Arc System or Dragon Ball Fighters or an Arc System game to some extent. And now you can have more characters. Remember those free DLC characters that's coming out? So there's more. So, I mean, it is what it is. So the next one is interesting for me. Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. So this game was done. Ed Boon said no more support. It is what it is there. However, if you follow the news, in a financial report that either was publicized online, maybe not, who knows, somebody from Warner Brothers studio executive said, oh yeah, we have Suicide the Kill the Justice League game by Rocksteady, and of course against Fortnite wannabe, but different story there. But they also mentioned Mortal Kombat 12. So is Mortal Kombat 12 going to be announced here? Who knows? Just have to wait and see. Why not Injustice 3? Should that make sense with the pattern? Well, if you follow Warner Brothers, how they merge with Discovery, well, the business, let's just say, it's kind of assy right now. So, yeah, it's more than meets the eye. But with Mortal Kombat 11 there, chances are it could be that Mortal Kombat 12, they're going to announce that game. Maybe, maybe not. So the news saying, credit to Rick, what he did, is they call it an EVO throwback game. So the 8th game is going to be always a retro game. And this one's going to be Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Makes sense. I wish it was Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Tournament of Power, because remember, that was one of the big things in EVO 2020. But of course, you know what happened. The pandemic and then the controversy. It is what it is. Maybe EVO 2024. So, it is a throwback. A lot of people are happy about it. What's so significant about this game? When EVO started in the past, the two main games that started what EVO is all about is a Street Fighter game and a Marvel vs. Capcom game. So it was Street Fighter 3 and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Later on, Street Fighter 4 and Marvel vs. Capcom 3. You're going to see there. So once again, a lot of people who are competitive with this one, they're going back, they're getting ready. So, I mean, hey, at least it's better than Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, because I'm not going to lie. That game is shit. Like, I don't know why even do that. Why not just improve Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and put all those characters from Infinite to 3? It makes more sense than a new game. Whatever. That game is shit. I'm sorry to say. I played it. It's crap. And then this one's going to be tricky. So I said 8 game, but there is sort of a 9 game, or should I say 8.5 game. And the reason is Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising. So I did talk about this game before. It's going to be sort of a new game, more new characters, rollback netcode, crossplay. So a very improved game than the original one. And it is a new game. It's not an expansion. And they said summer was supposed to come out. So my guess could be late summer, early fall now, because there will be what they call it a pre-built tournament. So that's sort of your night game to some extent. It's not part of the main 8, but there is going to be a tournament about Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, and it's supposed to be a pre-built. So it is what it is. Kind of makes sense because the game's not going to out anytime soon. There you have it. All 8 games for EVO 2023 plus 0.5 with this Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. It'll be a pre-alpha build. They're going to do a tournament there. So my thoughts about it, it's sort of, and I did say this on Twitter, sort of a bit of a weak sauce because most games from last year they're bringing back except for Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Street Fighter 6. But seeing what's the story behind the business side, it sort of kind of makes sense. Guilty Gear Strive, more characters going to come in. Dragon Fighter Z, Rollback, and Balance It. Tekken 7, well, Tekken 8. King of Fighter 15, well, more DLC character coming this year. Melty Blood, I don't know. Mortal Kombat 11, Mortal Kombat 12, and then in case with Marvel vs. Capcom 3, hey, it's a rollback. It is what it is. So, it is a bit of a weak sauce in my opinion. It's not bad, but I think they are cutting back because they're trying to cut back in hours and, of course, budget because I'm not going to lie. I mean, like I said, it goes to overboard, and if James said is that you're paying by the hour, then I can see why there. And maybe, Chipotle's going to help them because they're going to be the sponsor. So, are they going to give out free spicy bean cheesy burrito for the tournament player? I would like to see that. And maybe some farts. I don't know what I said that. But the bottom line is, it is what it is. Sponsor whatever. It's a business. It is what it is. However, the good thing about EVO 2023 is it's going to be just like 2022. There's community tournament. There's going to be some art gallery, some presentation. So they're going to do what they did last year. And of course, like I said, the only thing they're cutting back is the games and the top 6. And like I said, if you're paying those buildings by the hour, it kind of makes sense there. So anyway, that is my thoughts on the lineup. It's not as good as last year, but you got to do what you got to do. The key thing is cutting costs. Kind of makes sense. With that, I'll see you guys later.